good now. Okay. Quickly. Hi, lovely. Hello, style, dog, and Tom X Twins. Hi. Welcome. Good evening. I just want to pin the topic. Good evening, everyone. It's a very special session tonight. Okay, let me just pin that. Awesome. Good evening. Hi, welcome to tonight's edition, which is the last one for 2022 by God's grace. As long as no one tempts me to come back online till 2022. So hi everyone. Good evening. Please let me know that you can hear me. Please, if you can just be kind enough to say, oh yeah, we can hear you, you're good. I totally appreciate that. Alright, so let me know that you can hear me. Alright. Okay. Let me know that you can hear me. Let me know that you can hear me. Let me know that you can hear me. I just need to get just a second, guys. Okay, I'm back. So I can track what's going on here. Alright, hi Wumi. Good to have you here. Okay. All right. How are you people doing? Okay, so welcome. As I was just saying, you guys, please let me know that you can hear me. Can someone just say, oh, we can hear you, I can hear you, and all that? Hey, our guest is around. Hi, Lifix. Welcome. We're so excited to have you here with us. Omobanale Temi, welcome everyone. Welcome you guys. Tonight's a very special night, right? We're going to be talking to Lifix, but before we go into that, let me just quickly say this is the last Ife Talk show of the year, and I'm excited about the topic. I'm excited about who I'm. Everything is just perfect, and I'm so grateful to God for how far He has helped us. Like, it has been a journey. Every month we're coming here to talk, to have conversations, to engage, to learn, to be blessed. Welcome, Favor. Welcome, Queen. Welcome, Ma. Pastor BC, I'm so excited to have you here. Welcome. So, I mean, it's been such a year, like a stretch. And even me go, I'm like tired, like, gosh, but we keep moving. But finally, we get to rest, close out, and come back in January by God's grace as we continue and progress in this journey of, blessing lives, transforming lives. And today, we have Lifix joining here. He's a photographer. He's going to introduce himself when he joins the live anyway. We've talked about abuse. If you guys remember, we did this last year. But we had 3 females at different times. They came to tell us their abuse story. TY! They came to tell us their abuse story, right? And it was so good. But this is the first time that I would have a man online to come and talk to us about his own abuse story. Usually it's always the women that talk, that are vulnerable and open enough to share. But today a man is doing the sharing, and I'm excited about that. So without wasting any more time, I'm just going to take the opening prayer and welcome Lifix to join me here. Alright? So Father, Lord Jesus, we just want to say thank you. Thank you for how you consistently help us. Thank you for the 12th month. Thank you for the last session of Ife Talks in 2022. Thank you for our lives. Thank you for everyone who has been on this journey with us. Thank you for tonight's session. Thank you for everything that will happen. We invite you, Holy Spirit, have your way and take control. Let it be glorious. Let it go well. Minister to us. Help lives, transform lives, impact lives. Speak through your son, speak through myself. Help me ask the right questions. And let everything go well. At the end of tonight, we'll have everything glorify your name. In Jesus' name. Amen. All right. Hi, Uncheckable Bidemi. Great to have you here. Lapoli, welcome. So right now, I'm just going to invite our guest. Immediately, I am excited. I hope you are too about what we're going to be talking about today. So, wait for life things. Yay! Finally! The devil is a liar. Enemies do not want this to happen. God won. Welcome, Life Fix. I'm so excited to have you here. Welcome. Thank you for making the efforts to ensure that you join this live and for honoring the invitation. We're so excited. Thank you. Thank you for coming. And welcome to everyone who's just joining us. Today we have Lifepix here. He's going to introduce himself in a second. We're going to be talking about something very sensitive, important, and crucial about abuse, but from a male perspective. So welcome to Ife Talks. What we do here every month, every time, is to bring people, individuals to come and talk about different aspects of life in terms of marriage, relationship, career, finance, business, anything, everything that will add value to life. What we do here every month. And today we're talking about abuse, something that was once a very silent topic, but now people are coming out, especially females. But I'm excited that we have a man here who's going to share with us. I mean, we're going to ask him questions. And if you know anybody that needs to be a part of this live, please send this to them, invite them, and let's do this together. All right. So welcome again, Lifepix. Thank you for honoring this.
Thank you.
I'm excited to have you here. All right. So let's jump back. Let's start light. Tell us about yourself, introduce yourself. Because everybody knows Lifepix, but we know that Lifepix is not your name, right? So tell us about yourself. Let's just know you a little bit before we jump into the conversation.
Okay. First of all, I'm so happy to be here. What a great privilege to be here, and also apologize for last week that we couldn't make it due to some technical issue which has been resolved. My name is Ayola Oluwatosin Aziz. I'm a photographer. I studied physics and electronics in school, and I've been doing photography all my life. I don't know any other thing aside photography, and that's it about me.
That's pretty much it, right? All right. So for those who don't know, he's Ayola, but we all name him as Lifepix, right? Even me as Lifepix, but now we know that he's Ayola. So thank you, Ayola, for being here. But we'll call him Lifepix because I'm sure that's the one you prefer. That's your brand name, right? All right. So let's just go right into the story. We're talking about abuse, and then you've been kind enough to share your story with us. So, I mean, let's start from how did it start? At what age did it start? Where did it start? Who? And, just tell us. Let's just go back in time, that we progress from there.
Oh, okay. It happened to me at the age of 5. And though I won't mention the name, decided I won't, because while I was passing through my healing process, talking to Church Ayara Foundation, I got to find out that even the abuser was still kind of either a youth or a teenager then. So probably I couldn't really blame her. She also might be naive. I'm not trying to side her or try to, but it happened at the age of 5, and parents goes out and they feel, oh, where can you stay? Stay in the neighbor house. And staying in her house, she calls me in. Most times it started by you touching her breast, touching her, her body, pressing and all, which I didn't know anything. I was just doing it, thinking that's how it should be. And from there, we started, she started bringing my stuff to her stuff, and we're still doing it. And I remember anytime my parents are going out and they say, "Oh, yeah, go to that particular house," I'm kind of crumble. Like I don't want to go. I always, but they just feel like go, go, go. So they weren't really sensitive enough to hear me out or to understand why. And because I was still young, as I didn't know much. But the way I got liberated from it was just this fateful day. The norm.
Talk about liberation. How long did this go for? How long? How many years or how long?
I can't really remember, but I think it was up to maybe like 6 months, 1 year. 6 months, 1 year. I can't really remember. I can't really remember because I don't even know that it was called abuse. I didn't know that was what it was called. I just know that was just going on between us at that time. And so this fateful day, my normal self, I came in, she was sleeping, and I tried to do the same process. And getting there, I just noticed everywhere was kind of bloody and quite dirty. And in my head, I was like, Jesus Christ, is this what I used to go into? And that was what just take my eyes off. And it affected me for so many years that anything that has to do with sex or I just don't want, it doesn't freak me at all. And and that was it. It was later when I started growing up, I got to find out that what happened to her, she was actually menstruating. So, as at then was still in the 80s, they don't know all this using these pads that sanitary pads that ladies use now. So I think she didn't really keep herself well. So that really triggered me. That was how I just got like, hey, Jesus, is this what? No, no, no. Then I have to stop, and that was how I stopped. She didn't know. She just feel, I don't, get to do it anymore. Something I'm always excited doing, and I just stopped. And it affected me for so many years. For so many years.
What exactly affected you? Was it the fact that you saw blood or the effect of the abuse
No,
on you?
at first it was the fact that I saw that blood. I didn't know it was menstruation. I was still young. I didn't even know that is what it was called. I got to find out or understand that, I think in my secondary school days, that was when I got to find out that, oh, okay, so what happened was she was menstruating. So that was what happened that I saw, you know. But that was what I saw that made me say, oh, hell no, I don't want to go into this again.
Um, Abuse part. What effect did that have on you when you finally realized what had happened to you?
Well, for a very long time, I couldn't say this was the effect until I started my project that I did recently as regards Ayola Oluwatosin series photo exhibition that I did. When I started, creating those images, that was when I sat down. I tried to look at my life, tried to think about myself, and I found out that even growing up, I'm not I like women, like I like female friends all around me, but when it comes to the sex aspect, it doesn't just freak me. I'm not the so it was just like I was off it for so many years. It wasn't something I really wanted. I wasn't really, into it, even though I have female friends all around me. And also, yeah, I think that was just the major thing that really, affected me then.
Wow, amazing. So now, speaking of the parental bit, why weren't you able to tell your parents what exactly was happening with the neighbor?
The kind of parenting in those days, you can't compare it to the kind of parenting we have now. The way we are parenting our children now is totally different. We parent them in love. We parent them in, giving them the ability for them to voice out, to say anything on their mind. But those days, you dare not talk. There's some things you just say that, they won't even believe you. Not to not talk of you saying it. And the fear of how we lie, what we lie. Not saying is the next thing you just see is blue or cane on your body. It was just the fear. And like I said, I didn't really understand it. I didn't understand what it meant or what that thing is. So it doesn't, I couldn't, something you don't understand. How will you talk about it? But now it's different. Even at younger age, we're telling our children about sex. We're telling them a lot of things. They understand it now. Then you dare not talk about it. And another thing is, instead of them telling you this thing is called penis, they will tell you it's kokoro. Instead of, the weathering, the kind, like I said, it's just the kind of parenting then compared to the kind of parenting now. We are more, what's that word I want to use? We are more determined now. We are. That word is not coming, but it's just, the difference is just
more intentional.
More intentional. Good. We are more intentional now. Then what they're after is you go to school, they provide, and more of a attitude, but you dare not talk. You, even when the older ones are talking, you dare not talk where they are talking. The fear was just too much then. So that was what happened.
Amazing. When did you finally come out with this story? How long did it take for you to share, to express this bit that happened to you?
It took me so many years. I started the project 2018.
Wow.
Yeah, 2019. That was when I started the project, and that was when.
2019, no one knew that you experienced.
No, I never told anybody. I didn't say it. I didn't say it out. But it was just later when I did the project and meeting the founder of Chechara Foundation, and I got to find out that she was the first person I shared the whole story with. I remember in our office, Mrs. Bola Tinubu, in our office that day, it was for hours. She listened to me despite a busy schedule, and I narrated the whole thing. I've answered. I said 5. Someone is asking how old were you when this abuse happened? I was between 5 and 6. And wow. Immediately I started that project. I remember taking my first shot, creating the first image about child abuse. And I remember what I created was the fear, expression of that fear. All hands covering the child face, not being able to talk because of the fear created in her, either by the parent or the abuser or the environment itself. So that was what really, really happened then.
Wow, amazing. So, just to probe, why do you think that it took you this long to come out to express what happened? Was it fear? Was it that you weren't sure people were going to accept? Why did it take you so long? From age 5 or 6 to 2019.
The truth of the matter is, the truth is, yeah, I get your point. The truth is, I've always thought it's only women that get abused because I didn't know what. Like I said, it was when I grew up. So, but later on, I got to find out that it's even both sides. Both the male and the female get abused, but most times we don't talk, especially with male, because we feel like, it's like a norm, it has happened. So we feel we want to man up, like let's
man it up. Don't say it out, because you don't want people to look at you like you are not man enough, you know. But I had a different perspective when I started that project, and that was one of the major reasons why I decided that this project is something I really want to put my all. This is a story I really want to share. This is something I want everybody. I didn't share it because of the children that have been abused majorly, but I shared it because of parents, because of younger ones that will become parents in the future. So we will be more sensitive with our children. We will be more proactive. We will always listen to them. Not just walk.
Wow. I think your network, is it me? Is buff, like, is not so clear again. I can't see your face clearly again. I think it's a network thing. Or guys, please let me know if it's just me, so that.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, but it's not so like it's breaking
Okay.
is the word.
Network, but can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, but I can't see your face. Your face is all blurred out. Guys, please let's know so that I'll know if it's me. It's my own network or.
It's not clear here. Probably the network there, but it's so clear here.
Wow. Okay, so angle you went into of the parenting bit, and that's exactly where I was going to next, right? And I want us to think of it in a now, because the reality is that even though it happened many years ago, it can still happen to anybody right now, to any child, because normal thing, parents will drop their children with a family friend, with a neighbor, blah, these things happen, right? So your picture is blurred, yeah, so it's not just me. I just wanted to be sure. Your picture is blurred, like it's, I don't know, I think it's a better, yeah, I think it's better now. Okay, great. It's better now. Yeah,
Okay.
I can see your face. Great. Oh, your voice is even clearer now. Yeah, so these things are still going to happen, right? And I just want you to talk from a parent. Now, you're talking to parents from a parental point of view, right? What are the things that could have been done to avoid this scenario practically, like dropping, because the people will drop their children with family friends and all that stuff. But what are the things that can be done to not totally eliminate, but reduce things like this from happening?
Okay, well, I think like one of the pictures the images I exhibited that talks about that I tagged solution. I think that was my daughter facing the wall in her school uniform. I got to tell parents that education is not only them going to school. Education starts from home. How do we educate our children? See, there's no children anymore. The way we older ones behave, the same way the children also behave. So how are we trying to, talk to them? There's a book I bought from Chechera Foundation that talks about the part of the body, my private part, all these things. During those days, you dare not talk about it. You can't even talk about it. But now I think now this generation is they understand it better. You tell your children, tell them what it is, explain to them, lecture them, tell them those things the way it is. Let them know that this is your private part. Nobody dare touch you. If they touch you, you have to tell mommy or dad. All these things are meant to, we need to always tell our children. And children nowadays, they are so smart that they can say anything.
Yeah.
And that was why the parenting now is different. You cannot talk then. And it's not probably you want to talk, but the fear of, if I talk, will they believe me? You dare not even talk, because by the time you say, the next thing is maybe one slap or one cane coming to you. But now it's different. So we don't let us see them as children anymore. See them as your friend. Talk to them, explain to them, let them understand. Because it is there's no way that you won't drop your children with any relatives. I don't know if you're getting to my point. There's no way. I don't think there's any way that that won't happen. There is no way it won't happen. But the only solution is, have you equipped your children enough? Equip them by telling them, by lecturing them. Let them know what and what. Let them know the part of the body. Let them know the one that are private to them, that nobody. I have 2 daughters. I dare not kiss my daughters.
Right.
I'm going to kiss my daughter, I'll peg them. I have never in my life kissed them. And that's how it should be. Because if I start doing that to them, they will think, oh, it's a normal thing to do. I don't know if you're getting my point. I always just, even their mother will never kiss them. She will only peck them. You know, these are the things we need to let them know. Because you can't eradicate it. It is not possible for you not to drop your children with a relative or with someone or with a neighbor. It is not possible. But we ourselves as parents, we need to do that hard work. We need to lecture them. We need to, not just lecture them by creating fear in them. Lecture them with love. So even if anything, any small or slight, because it doesn't just happen, it grows. It's a gradual thing that happens. Maybe today, there's this thing that usually happens those days that they will say, Yawumi, you're talking to a baby, a girl child, and you're saying, Yawumi. All those things as parents, we just laugh it off. But they are very important. We need to always be sensitive by curbing such people that no, it's not your Yahoo. Yeah. It's a baby. You can't be calling, all those things are very key. It's so simple, it's so funny, but they are very, very important. They are very crucial. You need to always be sensitive to those, So I think those are the way we can really work. The work is on us as parents, and not only parents, even older ones around, even if you are not parents yet, So that's just my view about it.
And so I mean, this is so good. I like the fact that you said that kissing of children on the lips, because I mean, I think when our child was quite younger, we were quite guilty of that. It was one of our family friends that said, no, don't kiss a child on the lips. Let them know, so that they will go about. That's so key, because I know that because of a child is very tiny, adorable, all that. So everyone is tempted to want to kiss, especially the parents. But that is such a very valid point, and I totally like that. So now, so the role is majorly with the parents. So for example, now, of course, we've talked about the parental bit of it. So what about the person you're dropping your child with? I mean, do we have any form of control about that bit? Like your story, for example, your parents dropped you with your neighbor. So imagine you have instilled so much training and all that stuff with your child. But what about the people you're dropping? Is there something that we can do maybe to be sure the kind of person you're dropping your child with, or is something that we don't have control over?
Well, for you to say you want to drop your child with someone, that means you trust the person to a large extent, right? You can't just drop your child with a stranger. Maybe those days, but not this generation. That you just drop your child with someone you don't really know, or you don't know much about that person. And even if you're going to drop your child with someone that you even know, you need to understand the environment of that person. Who are around that person? Who is staying with that person? Who is around? So all those things is just like a due diligence. You need to carry out those due diligence around before you can say, oh, I want to drop my child. And when you come back and you pick your child, the next thing you should ask your child is to gist you everything that happened. Don't be too busy to ask your child, oh, what happened today? Oh, what happened when I left? Oh, what did you do? You need to ask questions. It is very key. And children, they will talk. There's nothing, they will say what they've seen or what they've experienced. They will never forget. They don't forget things. They will say it out. So it's very key. It's so key. So That's just the advice I have. Understand the person. Definitely, you know the person, you trust to a large extent, but try to do your due diligence, understanding the environment, the people around, people living in that space that you are leaving your child. All these are very important.
Amazing. Now, so after you were able to share your story in 2019, did you ever tell your parents? I don't know if they're
Oh,
still.
my mom is late, but my dad knows, you know.
How did he take?
No, it was just surprise. It was just surprise, and you know, I'm grown now. At this stage, it's just, you know, it was just really, you know, and we just talked about it man to man, and probably if my mom was alive, it could have been a different,
Yeah.
you know, kind of twist, but it wasn't. It wasn't nothing.
Amazing. So now let's talk about your healing journey, because I know you said that you had a healing process. So how
Yeah.
was it for you? How was that for you when the reality dawned on you, when you knew how it affected you in terms of your attraction to women and stuff? So how did you go through healing to come out of that
Oh, in
phase?
fact, my healing got completed. I think it got completed a few days to my exhibition.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
because in my head, I've always, you know, it's like you looking forward to the abuser to just apologize to me. I just want to hear that word. I am sorry for doing this to you, you know, and I wanted it desperately. Like I really wanted that. I am sorry from her. And at a point during my exhibition, she even commented, you know, and I'm sure, you know, there's this Yoruba adage that says, èèyàn tó yàgbẹ́ kò ní rántí, but èèyàn tó kó ló máa rántí. You know, she might not even remember. But during my healing process, when I was talking to Chechara Foundation team, and we're talking, and they asked me at what age was she. But I could remember that she was still she was in secondary school then. And the next thing the person said was, wow, but that means she must have been either a teenager or she's just getting to, you know, to be a youth, but definitely she should be a teenager at that time. So, and when she said that, in my head, I was just like, wow, that she might not even know. Probably she's experiencing that abuse also somewhere else, and she is now trying to exhibit the same thing to another person. So at that point, you know, my eyes became clear that I couldn't blame her again because she was a teenager. If she was maybe an adult at that stage now, then I could still want that my sorry desperately. But because she was a teenager, so I feel she might not even understand what she was doing at that time also. So that's, you know, pour a cold water into my heart, and I just feel, okay, let it be, you know, and that was just it. That was the point at which I just let go of everything.
So you can say that you forgave her.
Yes, that was when I forgave her.
Wow, amazing. So I mean, so that means you never had any conversation. You never brought it up with her because you said that she commented.
No, we lost contact for so many years. So that was why I said I was surprised when I was preparing for my exhibition that I saw her comment. You know, she just on one of my social media, I just saw something and I was like, oh, this is the person. So I wanted to call, like I wanted to, in fact, I sent her a message, I want to talk to her.
Wow.
You know, but when because we tried to analyze it and looked at what negative impact it would be on her too, because she was a teenager, she was not an adult, you know, at that time. So we analyzed it, we looked at it critically, and they asked me, what do I think? Do I still want to go ahead? But deep within me, I just don't want to go ahead anymore, because I feel if she was a teenager, then she doesn't know much at that time, and you know, probably she was naive, you know, and that was why I just let go and I forgave her.
Wow. Because I mean, this is so deep. Because I mean, I think that's the hardest part, letting go. I think that's always the hardest part, you know, because the deed has been done.
If I still remember I remember everything from A to Z till now. You can imagine, you know.
At such a young age.
Yeah.
Wow. In fact, it's just wow to me. And shoot, wow, amazing. I mean, and then do you ever, I mean, those thoughts when they come to your head, how do you handle it? How do you handle the effect of those thoughts, the memory of everything? How do you manage that?
Well, they just, well, most times when they come, like I said, it's always like I'm desperate. Like I just want to hear I'm sorry from her. That has always been the conclusion of anytime I think about it, my thought, anytime that I just want to hear, Ayo, I am sorry for doing this to you. That's all. The deed has been done. We can't erase it back. You know, time flies, you know, but time doesn't heal it, you know, you get. So I just wanted to hear that. But recently, like I said, after the whole thing, I couldn't just, I just forgive her. Like, man, let her just be.
Amazing.
Hey, moving pay. Mama, how are you? Happy wedding anniversary. Sorry, Ife. That's Latif's wife.
Yeah, all right, right. Okay, so the foundation that you're talking about, that I've been talking about, is this what they major in? Is this what they specialize in?
Yes, Church Foundation. Yeah, they specialize in child abuse. They help children that have been abused, and it's so before the exhibition, or let me say during the exhibition, I said to myself that, okay, why are we even living if not for us to have impact? And I told myself, okay, out of the whole exhibition we're doing, every image we sell, 30% of what we sell will go to the foundation, and which, all glory to God, I was able to achieve, or able to fulfilled. And to my surprise today, I just saw this gift. They came with this gift. This gift today. They brought it to the studio. I was surprised when they brought it, And the truth is, if we all can do our bit, you don't need to have a foundation before you do the job. You don't need to, but anywhere you are, if we as individuals can do our bit, to help those children, to even listen to them. You don't need to be the parent before you listen to them, before you hear them out. The world will be a better place. The world will be a better place. So Church Foundation, that's what they do. They help children.
Like that for anybody to see, just so that, is it like an accommodation place, or it's just a place for counseling and management?
They have everything, counseling. They have you need to visit. Probably you should take your time and visit their office at Bagada. Okay. What is it?
Children live there.
Yes, it's like a home. Also like an office also. So it's like a home. They come there. They have the child care unit that you can call. They have their phone number. I can't remember that number again now. They have that, but you can just check them online. Church Foundation. They are in Abuja. They are in Lagos.
Right. Oh, they're in Lagos too.
Yes, they're in Bagada. They have that Bagada, I think, in VI also. Then in Abuja.
All right, no problem. So now I want us to just quickly talk about, before I know you have to go, the reaction of people to victims of abuse. Because earlier, I remember I asked you that why is it that most men don't come out to share their abuse story? Now, a lot of women are more vocal about sharing. Before now, even women were not vocal, but women come out to share. But men hardly come out to share, and you explain some of the reasons why men don't want to share, because everybody expects a man to man up and just do it. But sadly, some people it will really affect them. I mean, some people might have been abused for a period of 5, 10 years, and it can have a negative impact and all that. What do you think about the reaction of people, people in the environment to abuse victims, and how it affects them and affects even their openness to sharing? What advice will you give people in terms of, like, you know, sometimes when people hear abuse story, the reaction of people to these victims is what even affects them psychologically.
Sorry for them.
Right.
They always
So what?
sorry. They always feel sorry for them. And okay, so I'll just use what I experienced during my exhibition, because I remember the day. I remember a lot of emotions was just, you were there now. The lot of emotions were just going up and down, you know, people sharing their emotion. But there's this particular lady that I think she came for a book reading, and she saw that, oh, that was what was going on. And she came in to check out the piece, the works. And at a point, she just started crying. Tears were coming out from her eyes. And I walked up to her, that, why is she crying? And the next thing she said was, thank you for speaking out. That, you know, she was abused also. And when she said it, I was like, wow. And immediately, I don't want to go into stories because I have others. So I just called the Church Ara Foundation representative to take it up from there. And I know they will help her with her healing process, or probably she has been healed, but I know they will go, you know, help her with that, you know. But the way people usually react is just, they just feel sorry for the victim most times. Because I remember when I shared mine, and the first thing Mrs. Bola Tinubu told me was like, oh, Ayola, I am so sorry this happened to you. And because she's so passionate about it, she asked me further question, that how have you been coping? Have you been healed? Have you been this? And I said, yes, I think I'm healing. The fact that I could express myself through my works, the fact that I could tell how I feel through those pictures. So, you know, that, like I said, that was how my healing process started. But most times, you know, when you share that, people just feel sorry for you. They just go, oh, sorry, I'm so sorry, you know. And which I think we need to be more loud about this. You know, we need to be very loud about this. We need to be very loud about it.
Especially the men.
Especially the men, but it will be the kind of, well, you know, men have ego. That ego, we usually, I don't know.
If you don't want to share, then maybe you're okay. But I just, you know, my concern is for those that it is really negatively affecting. It maybe is affecting their esteem, affecting, maybe it has even damaged something. Why would they not, you know, share, get help, and some people even commit suicide as a result of abuse. You know, some people can go extreme. They want to kill themselves because they just feel so terrible about themselves. Do you get? So I just wish there was something that we can do that would help men come out. Maybe you should speak to the men that are here.
What I would just first say is, you won't say because you were abused, then you want to do it to others. That is very wrong. And you know, that is what usually happens, because what we reflect, or what we tend to react to, or we act, is something we've experienced that we now put into action. So, but it shouldn't be so. You should not try that because you are abused, and you are now putting it, or, you know, putting it on others. It is very, very wrong. And if you need help, say it out, tell someone, you know, tell someone close, because the way the healing process can start is when you voice it out. But when you keep it into your mind, you just got to find out that it will keep, you know, affecting you in one way or the other.
Yeah, amazing. And, you know, finally, I just want you to give a word of encouragement to any abuse victim that is here. Like, if you have to encourage somebody who has been abused when they were younger, or whatever, what would you say to them?
Well, this is what I would just say to them. Like, the like my exhibition, I said time will tell, but was time really ill? So when you've experienced this thing, like I said previously, don't say because you've experienced it then you want to react or probably do it to others. It is very wrong. Pull yourself together. Try to evaluate yourself. Look for your values. Create values around yourself. Be more important, and never allow it to affect you. Don't let it shaping who you are. Rather, even if it's going to shape who you are, let it mold you positively, not negatively. And trust me, you will overcome it.
Wow, amazing, amazing. Thank you so much. It has been such a refreshing time. Thank you for sharing your story. First,
Well,
because I know that not a lot of men come out to share their story, and I mean, something at such a young age would obviously affect that individual. So thank you so much for at least being open enough to share, and for what you're saying, the fact that I mean you're trying to give back, help victims now, children who have also gone through that. I mean, I'm so excited that there's even a home for abuse victims. I didn't even know that something like that exists, that
okay.
people who have been abused can come to get some sort of comfort. And that's so good to know. So guys, I mean, you can check them out. You can check them out too. And there's somebody that needs some sort of help. Do they attend to older people also?
Yes, both old and young.
Amazing. Thank you very much. Thank you, Ayola. Thank you, Lipix.
Welcome.
Thank you for sharing with us. Thank you
Having me.
for educating us, even for parents too, because for those who are just joining, you talked about the parents, our role as parents, and everything. So I'm so excited. And I really do pray that God would perfect all that concerns you, the work of, and you, and this things will never happen again. And I just hope that those who are here, someone that has gone through abuse, or you have even been abused, I pray that you find healing, you find in Jesus' name. And you can reach out to Lipix if you want to have a conversation with him, and or you can just reach out to the foundation also.
Yeah.
You just want someone who has gone to just have a chat with you, a conversation with you. Please, you can reach out to them, right? We all need Sierra Foundation. Sierra Foundation. Thank you so much, Lipix.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
How you run now?
Bye.
Bye. So thank you, everyone. Thank you guys for coming out. It's the last show of the year, and I am excited. As in, God has just really, really helped us. So this is the Fed Talks. What we do here every month is that we invite people to speak to us concerning different areas of life. We talk about relationship, finance, marriage. We bring professionals to come and talk to us, career, entrepreneurship. People will tell us their stories, their journey, how they started their business, the failures, the challenges. We're talking about parenting. We're talking about abuse, like we just discussed. Raising children. Like, there's nothing we don't talk about here. As long as we add value to you, as long as you will learn it to transform your mind and help you to make more informed decisions, we'll definitely do that. So that's what we do here every month. Sometimes we have shows once, twice. Like this month we have twice, right? We just invite people to come and have conversations with us, and it's always so good. We talked about infertility last month with Ife's Kitchen. Amazing time. So if you're not following, please follow, because this is what we do. We will continue. This is our promise to you that we'll keep delivering, right? I also compare events excellently well, which is something I love to do, right? So you have an event, I mean, you can just reach out. So, but finally, we're closing the curtain for the year. The page is not closed, right? Activities will still go on there, but in terms of inviting people, this is the last one for the year. But we'll be back in January by God's grace with another amazing guest, another amazing topic that would bless you, that would help you, right? And I hope you really enjoyed today's session, and we will see you next year. So this is me saying Merry Christmas, Happy New Year in advance. I wish you an amazing 2023. I wish you a blessed 2023. I wish you a fruitful 2023. So when I see you next year, It will be a better you. It will be a greater you. It will be a transformed you. It will be a favored you. I mean, all the good things that you're wishing yourself and you're praying for yourself, I say amen to it for you. So Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy New Year in advance. And me, Ife Talks, I will see you in 2023 by God's grace. Bye, everyone. Bye for now. So see you guys. I mean, if you're not following, follow. You need to be a part of all our sessions. Bye, guys. See you next year. By God's grace.